Hello and welcome to the David Wilson Out and About YouTube channel. Today's video is about connecting an external third-party microphone to the DJI Pocket 2. But before that, I will give you a little bit of history on why I need to do this. The DJI Pocket 2 has been out for about 3¼ years now, so yes, it's been around for quite a while, and they've now brought out a new version, the Pocket 3, which I'm obviously looking at. But this is a very reliable and good camera. You know, I've really had a lot of use out of it and thoroughly enjoyed it. So just for now, I'm going to carry on with this. But there lies the problem. Now, if you're a regular to my channel, it probably went over the top of your head, but since December, when I did my last video of 2023, which was a video of Hastings Old Town, I've been having issues with the mic that came with the Creator Combo kit, which is this one. So yes, as I said, when I purchased it just after its release date, I got the Creator Combo kit, which came with the do-it-all handle, the microphone, wide-angled lens adapter, and the mini tripod. And obviously this has been a great addition, and being wireless without having to actually connect anything, I mean basically you're just straight into it, saves on weight and bulk of carrying other things. But since December, this microphone's been playing up. I can charge it up to 100%, and literally as soon as I get out in the field, if you like, when I'm about to start recording and switch on, it's registering 75%. It then, within an hour, drops down to at least 50 or 45%, and it's been dying at 25%. So it's been very unreliable on several of my videos in January, where I assumed it was working because the screen's so small you can't really see it. You've got to switch this on and off at the actual Pocket 2 for it to bring up the actual, remaining battery life, etc. So yeah, it's been very frustrating. I've lost a lot of video footage because this has cut out, and I've still assumed that I could record from distance from the camera. Now, to be fair, as I said, I bought this in November 2020. We're now in February 2024, and I've really got a lot of use out of this camera and the mic. It's my go-to camera when I'm out and about, on hikes, camping, anything bar kayaking. I never took it kayaking, but any other activity, this is has been my go-to camera. So in saying that, fair enough, 3¼ years of quite heavy use, that's not bad at all. Now I could go online and buy another one of these and pair it. I think they're about £89, but I think shortly after purchasing this, and I have an Osmo Action, I have several other cameras, I did purchase the Rode Wireless Go. So I've always had that to use on other cameras. So I thought to myself, well, why not basically ditch this and start using the Rode Wireless Go? A last point on the DJI mic that came with the camera. I've never been over happy with it compared to the Rode Wireless Go. No, the Rode Wireless Go's superior. It's always had very, very low sound quality. I've always had slight issues, and I've always had to play around with the audio. Whereby when I've been using the Rode mic on any of my other cameras, it's basically a lot of the time I've been able to use the audio straight out of the box, if you like. So for now, let's ditch the DJI mic and get on to what my setup is and how I attach the Rode mic to the DJI Pocket 2. Right, so for now, let's ditch the DJI mic and talk about my setup and how I've connected the Rode mic to my Pocket 2. As soon as the DJI mic started playing up, I started doing some research online. So I got onto YouTube and I was looking for basically how do you connect a Rode Wireless to Go or any third-party microphone to a DJI Pocket 2. I only found one video on that, and to be honest, to me it was complete nonsense. That was what the title was, and I thought, brilliant, this is it. All this guy did is connect the Rode receiver through the DJI mic. Well, that defeats the object for me. If the DJI mic is the one that's playing up and cutting out, why would I then put the Rode mic through that? Okay, the only advantage of that is that you don't actually have to mount the receiver. You could literally clip both on your belt or on your jacket, but I didn't see the point of it. And what I did, I commented, I commented and said, well, what's the point? What's the point in putting one receiver through another receiver? You've got to charge two batteries. You're going to lose sound quality as far as I'm concerned. And I got an answer, oh, well, that's the way I do it. There was quite a few comments, some quite nasty on the video, which I don't agree with, saying, well, what was the point? And he just sort of answered, basically gave dumb answers. So I got absolutely nowhere. I couldn't find any other videos. And it isn't actually that difficult. The difficulty is actually mounting the receiver onto your rig. So first off, it's best to explain the rig that I use when I'm out hiking. Some of my hikes are 3 or 4 hours long, even though they're compressed into videos of about 45 minutes. And obviously the DJI battery is not going to last that long. I don't want to keep stopping and connecting to a power bank and charging. I want to actually continue on the hike. So what I'll do, I'll work my way up. The first thing I have, firstly, I would like you to disregard this bracket and the Rode receiver at the moment, because this is one of the ways round connecting it. So that normally wouldn't be there. So first off, I have a Gorilla Pod or Gorilla tripod on the bottom. I find this particularly useful on uneven ground, or if I'm in grass or something like that, because if it's slightly uneven, you can bend the legs and adjust them to get it level and quite secure on the ground, if you know what I mean. Obviously the more traditional ones, the legs fold out. They really do need to be on level ground. So that's the Gorilla tripod. And then move up, I have a selfie stick. Now I believe this selfie stick is 60 centimeters, so I can twist it out, take it at distance, obviously take it higher in the air, or actually do a to me from a distance recording. There's the Rode transmitter, but we'll forget that at the moment. That's just hanging on there by a magnet. So this would normally be going straight through. Now I have a Ulandzi, I think it's 7,000 milliamp per hour power bank in line. The DJI Pocket 2 battery is not the best in the world, and when I'm out on a reasonable walk or hike, or I'm camping and recording and cooking, I don't want to keep stopping to recharge the battery and put it onto a power bank. So I literally just plug that in. It's plugged in at the moment, so it's going from there to there. When it's fully charged, the power bank shuts down. I just have to keep an eye on, say it's going down to 20%, and I will just re-plug it in and it will charge up. So I've got that. Forgetting this at the moment, I have a Ulanzi quick release magnetic mount there. I have another one, I'll explain why in a minute. That's another Ulandzi quick release mount, and then there is the good old DJI Pocket 2. The whole thing, as it's standing now, is 79 centimeters high, which I believe is around about 31 inches. So a lot of the time I won't even use the selfie stick. I could just place it down, do a walk through, or stand back and talk to camera. The only reason I generally extend it is if I want to stand a lot closer and not crop in. So I will extend it, but obviously the further up it's extended, the more liable to falling over. So yeah, it's not too bad if it's on an absolutely flat path and you get it up, you're normally okay. But I have had it go in the wind before and managed to catch it. It sort of wobbled and went over as I had to dive back and grab it. But at that height, you can get away with a lot of that by just putting it down. So the selfie stick is mainly for taking it out, camera lens towards me, and then talking as I'm walking along. Right, I've removed the camera and the power bank from the selfie stick and tripod. It's just far too tall, and what I've done, I've mounted it on one of my mini tripods. And this is what I meant about if you had all that on one of these mini tripods, the legs are not adjustable, they're just coming out, and it really does need to be on a flat surface. They're very much more indoor, but for reasons of video, I'm putting it on that now so I can start to explain everything a bit better. And before we move on, here's my power bank. Again, disregard the transmitter at the moment. So I have my power bank, and as you can see, I have a nice curly lead, and it's connected into the power bank and into the Pocket 2. So if the Pocket 2, where the Pocket 2 is fully charged, the power bank switches off. It doesn't reinstate as it drops. So what you do, you have to keep an eye on the screen. If it goes down to say 40, 30%, I generally unplug it from here. I just pull it out, put it back in, and that then will recharge it and then switch off again. It's a good little setup, really. Now, if you're into your camera equipment and accessories, by this point you're thinking, well, why has he got two quick release systems on here? As I said, I've got the Ulandzi one here, which I can twist and lift. Great system. Put that back in. That's it, and lock it, obviously at a strange angle. And also, I've got the Ulandzi Hummingbird, really small clipping release system. Simple answer, really. That is on there just because it's on there, really. But this one, and on top of that, I have a way of angling the camera. The top Ulandzi, the Hummingbird, is because what I can do, I can take this off. I'm just going to disconnect that for a moment, and instantly attach one of my other cameras, such as my Insta360 X3, and when I've extended it up, I can then use that. Now, these Ulandzi Hummingbird, these mini adapters, they are very, very slim. So as you can see, if you look at the X3, that will not be in view. So this can come off of there, it can go onto the Insta360 selfie stick or the 3-meter version, straight off, straight onto here. Obviously, I can't use that facing forward because that is thicker than that. So that may be if I want to put the X3 in and just sit it on the ground on this setup, and then I've got the ability to do a pan. I sometimes use this when I do a walkthrough. So I'll put the 360 down facing there, and I'll do a walk past, and then in the Studio app, I can then put in key points, or I can actually just do it as follow me. So I do find these adapters very useful. I also use them when I'm kayaking as well. So I can interchange my cameras, although the only two cameras I use when I'm kayaking is the one I'm recording on, which is my Osmo Pocket, my Osmo Action, and the Insta360. So I've still got the interchangeable things. I've got the same setup on the camera I'm recording. There it is on the Pocket 2, and there it is on the Insta360 X3. So this leads us on to the main problem I had. Now, we know that the DJI mic is the transmitter and the receiver is built into the do-it-all handle. So that's the system. It's nice and simple, one to t'other, nothing in between. But once we go to an external mic, it hasn't got to be the Rode. It could be a Hoham, or there's dozens and dozens of makes out there. Then we need a cold shoe mount, and I searched high and low, and I could not find a cold shoe mount that would actually fit onto the DJI Pocket 2. But eventually, I found this Ulanzi triple cold shoe mount for $12.99 on Amazon. Now, I'll put the links below. So this was my first setup. So all I've done here is my battery bank, my power bank, and obviously the tripod have a 1/4-inch thread on the top, and so does the actual mounting plate. So you just screw it on. Then I've screwed my Ulandzi quick release mount on the top. Doesn't matter what one it is, I'm just connecting my camera to it. Receiver has been put on the cold shoe mount. That's my preferred position on top, because a lot of the time I'll have the stick angled and I can see it. And then there's the TRS to TRS audio cable, 3.5 input, and all you do, plug it in. This is going to be a bit fiddly at this angle, so bear with me, and then clip it on. And believe it or not, although it sticks out a little bit, which aesthetically is not very pleasing, it doesn't really add much more weight, and it absolutely works a treat. So this was my first option. Now, while we're on the subject of cables, as I said, this is a TRS to TRS female cable. Obviously I know it works. DJI, I've looked it up, and DJI said that it will also work with TRRS to TRRS cable. So I haven't tried that out, but that's what it says on the DJI site. And some of the confusion lies in what is the difference between TS, TRS and TRRS. Well, basically, to put it in layman's terms, and even I struggled with this originally because I've got different cameras and different leads, and some things were working, some things weren't. TS, which I don't use at all, is basically mono. It's one channel. TRRS is left and right channel, which is stereo. And TRRS is stereo, or right and left channel, plus microphone. A lot of modern equipment run on the TRRS, or run on both, but that's just an explanation of the cables. People get very, very confused with it. Will this work? Won't that work? Now, what I do on the picture on the screen, I've just showed you that. The TS, TRS, and TRRS, and all the letters, or capital letters, stand for is tip, ring, sleeve, or tip, ring, ring, sleeve. So if you count the rings, you know which one you've got. But there's your picture. So I hope that has helped some of you out. I struggled with it a while ago. It took a while to get into my head, but I'm just trying to simplify it for you. So that's my first method of connecting up, or mounting and connecting up, my Rode mic. Now on to my second option. So why the bracket option and not a ball head with a cold shoe mic adapter in? Well, you try finding one. Again, searched high and low. I did find one, and that was made by Ulandzi, and it was coming out at about £36 to £45 for a ball head with a cold shoe mount on the side. And to be honest, it was relatively large, as if it was mainly designed for a large tripod. I've got enough weight on here already, so I wanted something sort of a lot lighter and a lot smaller, which leads me on to this little baby here. This is the Ulanzi MT/14 vlogging tripod with cold shoe mount. Unfortunately, can't buy the ball head separately, and do you call it expensive? It's $24.99 on Amazon, dearer on eBay. But I must admit, I only got this yesterday, and it's a really nice, really well made little tripod. It's got extendable legs. What I was buying it for was just to remove the ball head to set up in here. I've got mini tripods, but now, having played around with it last night, I think I've got another use for it. So yeah, let me explain. As I said, I was playing around with it last night, and I thought, well, okay, I can take the ball head off and put it on there. But also, this tripod, it's got a lovely feel to it. Now, this setup, as I showed you earlier, is quite large, not massively heavy, but on a trip, you'd be surprised how much weight you're carrying in that hand. Whereby, when I'm actually just doing my walk along, face forward, and panning shots with any cameras, I'm not just talking about this in the hand feels absolutely great. Now, you've got the ball head on top, so I can angle it, and I can have this sort of angle, or hold it away. I can even put a slightly shorter selfie stick on it, the round power bank, the Ulandzi power bank. So I'm actually quite pleased with the tripod as well. And when you fold the legs out, and again I'll put a picture up, and you fold it out, it's got the dimensions on it. It's considerably higher, so it can definitely be used indoors, and I may actually use it for my voiceover. So I can, because what you can do on the top here, where you've got the 1/4 inch mount, if you unscrew the top and turn it round, you have another cold shoe mount. So I could mount my mic, have it there, and do my voiceover. So I'm not actually, unsatisfied with it. I'm actually quite pleased. Yeah, 25 quid, and really all I was after was the ball head with the cold shoe mount, but not a bad little tripod at all. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to strip it down, fit the ball head, and show you how much neater my normal setup would look with this ball mount with cold shoe on. So there's my final setup, and that is doing away with all of this. So I'm doing away with the Ulandzi cold shoe adapter with the, well, you've got the 3-way cold shoe that mount there. I'm also doing away with one of my Ulandzi mounts, quick release mounts, which is the magnetic one, and also the adapter to angle the camera. There's a fair bit of weight there. I'll definitely find uses for these bits. This is not a waste of money, but yeah, this setup's lovely. So back to this. So you've got your Pocket 2 Ulandzi Hummingbird quick release mount. There's the Ulandzi ball mount with cold shoe, and the power bank. If I turn it round, I've only got the transmitter on there because it's just handy to store indoors, so I know where it is. It wouldn't be on there when I'm out and about, I'd probably forget it, pick it up and it'll drop. From the other angle, camera, TRS cable into the Rode receiver, Type-C into the power bank, sorry, USB and Type-C in to charge it. And obviously this tripod won't be there, it'll be back on the original rig, or occasionally on this on longer trips. So I may now just have that for the walking forward, etc., and this for the walk pasts and distance shots. So I'm very, very pleased with that. Very pleased with that indeed. I do not think that at £25, basically a penny under £25, that I've wasted my money, because I'm going to get a use of all the parts in the kit. So that's it, that's a wrap. That's the end of the video, and I know this video will be nonsense for some because you're all techied up, but there was a lot of people looking into this, so I assume at this stage that a lot of people are beginning to have issues with the mic. Hello, my pen's metal, it's stuck to the the mic. Yeah, so that is my setup. Really does sound good. I had the Rode connected on my last outing with the bracket, and I was really impressed with the sound quality. So yeah, end of video, folks. Won't be out and about for about another week or so. I've got some family time next week. I've got family down visiting, and I've got a lot of work to get on with, but I've got quite a few trips in the planning stage, some on the back shelf, so I'll be back out and about in the next few weeks. So if you've enjoyed this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, and put your comments below. Let me know what you think of the video and my channel. Bye for now.